This is The Drive with Mark Panatelli.
Tonight on the 252 ESPN Radio Network, NBA Countdown begins at 8 o'clock, and the Western Conference Final will be at 9 o'clock tonight. The Houston Rockets hosting the Golden State Warriors. We'll talk a little bit about that home court advantage, what it really matters. We may not talk about it. Who knows?
No, it's not. It's such a bad conversation.
I mean, we all know the Warriors. The Warriors are going to win. I would be more shocked than I am about the Celtics if we came in tomorrow and the Rockets are up 1-0. I will truly be more shocked than I am right now about the Celtics.
I can see them dropping game one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think the Warriors take them seriously at all. But then they'll be like, oh, okay, wait, we have to actually play.
Right.
And all it takes is for Houston to have one of those nights where they shoot 47% from three-point land and they launch up 53s.
Yeah, you're right. Well, we do headlines in the 4 o'clock segment. Instead, we decided to talk Avengers. But that was a long way to talk, man, that needed to happen. And I'm sure it's not done. That 20 minutes is going to spill over into hours of conversation over the next few months before Captain Marvel. We didn't even get into this.
Let's not.
Brie Larson.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Because I just don't want to talk about it.
I know. But you see,
everyone's going to hear me rant, and they're going to be like, shut this girl up.
Today's headlines are brought to you by Taqueria San Luis. Tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. Tacos will be $1.25 all day at Taqueria San Luis. And every day, though, they've got delicious, authentic, made from scratch. Oh, my gosh. The food there is just unbelievable. Tortas, burritos, the taco salad is unbelievable. And I'm telling you, the best nachos anywhere. And I don't know what to call these nachos other than the greatest nachos I have ever eaten in my life. Try them with asada. Try them with, you like the chicken, right?
I do. I like chicken or al pastor. Chorizo one's really good. But if you have a sensitive stomach, I do not recommend chorizo.
Chorizo is the devil.
So amazing, though.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
Chorizo es el Diablo.
Wow.
Oh, but in a good way. like that makes any sense. 1706 Highway 70, just outside of New Bern, Taqueria San Luis.
By Coley Harvey, ESPN staff writer. With nearly a quarter of the season in the books, the New York Yankees accomplished a franchise-first Sunday when designated hitter Giancarlo Stanton sent a home run over the right center field wall during the Yankees' 6-2 win over the Oakland Athletics. He became the fourth Yankee this season to hit his 10th home run. Before this year, the Yankees had never had 4 players hit 10 or more home runs by the team's 40th game of the season, or by the 50th game, for that matter.
I think that's the best part of that. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, the Yankees are the first team since the 2003 Rangers to have 4 players amass 10 home runs within the first 40 games of the season. That quartet of Rafael Palmeiro, Carl Everett, Juan Gonzalez, and Alex Rodriguez combined to achieve the feat for the 2003 Rangers. This year's Yankees 4-man group is Didi Gregorius, Aaron Judge, and Gary Sanchez, and Stanton. I'm sorry. I definitely don't want to forget him. Incredible group, but we are not shocked, right? We were kind of expecting that they were going. I mean, maybe the Didi is the overlooked, but it shouldn't have been based on what we saw from him last year. He has been hitting with power, and
he's the only.
He's just the guy that I think most of us overlook because he isn't the big name.
Didi Gregorius, and you're not going to believe this because you're talking about one of the great baseball players of all time, even though the guy's kind of a compiler. Derek Jeter, longtime shortstop, Hall of Famer for the New York Yankees. Didi Gregorius has already done something that he has never done. In fact, he's done 2 things he's never done. Didi Gregorius is the first New York Yankee shortstop to have, and this is including last season. It doesn't include this season yet. He was the first shortstop in New York Yankees history to have back-to-back 20 home run seasons and the first New York Yankees shortstop to have a 25-plus home run season. So I don't think anybody should be shocked that he's this kind of hitter. It's impressive to me. I think when you look at this New York Yankees team, he is clearly above and beyond the most valuable player outside of maybe Luis Severino. So I am not shocked. What makes me laugh about all of this is if you think back to 3 weeks ago, the boos that were raining down out of the Bronx as Giancarlo Stanton is fanning left and right, and now you don't hear any of that anymore. They're back to loving him. And that's just New York sports fans, I guess, for you in a nutshell. But, nah, man, I mean, how crazy is that division and how awesome is it? And Ariel talked about it last week a little bit, that we have finally gotten back to this awesome Red Sox and New York Yankees rivalry where both of these teams are just awesome. And Daryl's in here. He's all excited about that, I know, to hear about Yankees and Red Sox every year.
He's not excited
That's
about
what it
that.
is. His Reds aren't doing too well.
Well, and here's what's interesting. So
they picked up Matt Harvey. No, wait, no. Yeah, was it the Reds that picked up Matt Harvey, Daryl? Oh, yeah.
Hey, how about those Reds, too? 4-game sweep of the Dodgers? That hasn't happened for a while for Cincinnati, huh? 76.
The Dodgers are bad now.
Oh, my God.
The Dodgers are really bad right now.
Well, the aforementioned Giancarlo Stanton, was booed so much earlier in the season, sitting now on 999 career hits, will have a chance to get 1,000 as they take on, I think, one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball. They'll have today off. Then they play the Nationals tomorrow. Two-game set. We are going to have game 2 of that series. We're going to actually have Eastern Conference final tomorrow night here on 252 ESPN Radio, but we'll have coverage of Yankees Nationals for that. But, again, I'm not shocked. This was kind of what we were expecting from this Yankee group, but pleasantly surprised right now. Pleasantly surprised. To me, the biggest surprise in all of baseball is probably maybe a little bit of that Dodgers thing that you were talking about. Mm-hmm. But I was telling you the fact that 3 teams in the National League East have 20 wins at this point, and 2 of them are Atlanta and Philadelphia. That, to me, is probably the biggest shock of the baseball season so far. But we are still early. But I keep saying that. At some point, it's not going to be early anymore, right?
I think of the teams you mentioned there, it's the Dodgers who need to shape up and shape up quick. Because, look, once we hit the summer and we start talking about what is the greatest trade deadline across all sports, the MLB trade deadline, that's where you see the most moves, in my opinion.
Yes.
The Dodgers are going to be stuck in a position where if they look at themselves and they say, well, we're 8 games out, we're 9 games out, then the Dodgers become sellers and not buyers, and that's when you're going to see the Dodgers maybe – look, Magic Johnson and that ownership group is not afraid to pull the plug on anything and anyone, and some of this may have to do with the fact that I think Clayton Kershaw's still out, and I don't know why they weren't prepared for that. Clayton Kershaw misses 60 days a year, it seems like. But I think of all the teams that we're talking about, okay, maybe it's still a little too early. The Dodgers are the ones that are getting to that point the quickest of, all right, just wrap it up.
Because Arizona's a good team. I know they just got swept by the or just about the Nationals swept them over the weekend, 4-game sweep. But they are a good team. The Dodgers are now 8 games behind Arizona in the National League West. That's, again, not impossible, as we talked about. That it can change so much between now and the All-Star break, and then the All-Star break till September. There's so many games left to play, but that is a huge surprise. I'm guessing Milwaukee leading the NL Central, that's got to be some kind of shock, right? But I've always thought up to down. The National League Central is one of the most competitive divisions in baseball. Cubs, aside from Cincinnati, although they just won 4 games straight against the Dodgers, but we were talking about how bad the Dodgers were. But, Cubs, Pirates, the Brewers have been pretty competitive, I guess in every other year.
Right.
But
you look at those rosters, the Cubs are the only ones that you look at and say, okay, they're legitimate contenders. They're the only ones that are built that it isn't shocking what they're doing. I think St. Louis, while getting better, is still a couple pieces away.
Pittsburgh? Surprise?
No. Surprise, yeah. Shocked. You move Andrew McCutchen. I think Josh Harrison's still on the disabled list. He's been out for about a month now. That's a team who really is dealing with a lot of brand-new pieces. But I mean, you're right. Record-wise, right now, top to bottom, they are probably producing just as well, if not better, than anybody outside of that. The Nationals, the Braves, the Mets, and in that group.
Yeah.
But I think the Cubs are the only ones still that are legitimate contenders there.
And how about your Angels, Carolina? Still pretty good in that.
For now. I've learned not to get my hopes up. Hopefully they,
I got you.
don't disappoint. By Bob Herrig, ESPN. Tiger Woods left a lot of money, world ranking points, FedEx points, and his Bridgestone golf ball at the bottom of the water in front of the 17th green on Sunday. You would hardly know it based on his positive reaction after he tied for 11th at the Players' Championship, shooting a final round 69 after earlier being in a tie for second place behind eventual winner Webb Simpson.
Hey, Tiger played pretty good this weekend, I hear.
I played so well this weekend. Unfortunately, just didn't catch it in. It was really special, especially today. God, I hit the ball good. I didn't really miss a shot and only ended up with 69.
Nice. Look, man, Tiger has a whole lot of Kanye West in him, because you always hear nobody loves Kanye like Kanye loves Kanye. Nobody loves Tiger Woods like Tiger Woods loves Tiger Woods. And you heard a lot of that right there. But I'm going to let you field this, because I am firmly supplanted on the side of I don't care about Tiger Woods. Do I get excited when he's playing well? Do I like watching him? Yes. But as far as like, oh, well, look, we saw it with the Masters. All of a sudden, Tiger Woods was tied with Jordan Spieth as the odds-on favorite to win the Masters. How did that work out? Coming up on the next major, Tiger Woods' name is going to be right across the top of the betting odds. He's going to make the cut. He's going to finish 38th in the tournament, and we're going to be right back to square one.
Yeah, I mean, he began the week 92nd in the world. The decent weekend that he had is going to move him up to 80th in the world. But I think for most people, it's just not. I mean, the Players' Championship is a weird format. I was telling you, I don't even know what's happening. Remember, because it started with him and Phil. That was
right.
It's like is it like a match play kind of thing?
I have no
again,
idea.
I'm with you. I just remember seeing all the updates I got over the weekend. Golf and the sports world are obsessed with Tiger Woods, and they want him to do well, and he does move the meter. But to me, it's not going to matter until it is a tournament and it's an actual event. And really, it's not going to matter as much as if he can do it on the biggest stages, which are the Masters, the U.S. Open, the Open Championship, British Open, whatever you want to call it, and the PGA Championship. Those are the events that it is going to matter. Those are the events that he needs to figure out a way to be back in it. And I was telling you, he doesn't even have to win those events. If he can be in contention on Sunday and competitive, it will be great for sports. It'll be great for golf. But I think otherwise, when it's the random Mother's Day weekend, TPC, blah, blah, blah.
Well, no. The Players Championship is considered the fifth major. I mean, it is the biggest tournament that's not a major for golf. I mean, it's not match play or anything. It's a standard format.
Okay.
But and it is referred to as the fifth major. I mean, it's a big tournament. It's a big deal. And come on, man, TPC Sawgrass. Don't knock TPC Sawgrass.
I'm not trying to knock it.
The most iconic hole in golf to me is number 17 at TPC Sawgrass, where you saw Tiger knock it in the water yesterday. The hole where you have the tee box and then you have the lone island in the middle of a giant lake where the green is. To me, that is like the most iconic hole in all of golf. TPC Sawgrass is legendary, man.
But, I mean, here's what I'll say about when you say you're the fifth major, but no one actually, there are only four majors, it's sort of like the seventh wonder of the world kind of thing. It's like, you aren't technically a major.
There are seven wonders.
Oh, sorry. Is it the eighth wonder? However that bad nickname goes, the eighth wonder or whatever it is. I'm just saying, if you're the fifth major, I mean, I think for golf people, TPC is great. But I think for the person who watches 4 rounds of golf a year.
Oh, yeah, of course. And those are the same people that care about Tiger. But Tiger will draw them elsewhere.
And that's what golf wants.
Players is
golf
important,
wants
man.
those people watching those events, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, my apologies to everybody that loves TPC. So, I didn't mean to offend the TPC crowd. That being said, I know I need to hit the sound effect. I wasn't ready. Sorry.
It's a fluffy case of mistaken identity. According to Yahoo UK, a woman bought what she thought was a Japanese Spitz puppy last year from a pet shop and just recently discovered that the canine is a fox. The fox owner told China's Shaanxi network television that she paid close up to $190 for the animal, believing that the pet was a Japanese Spitz, a dog breed that looks similar to some foxes. While the owner noticed some odd things about her furry friend, like the pet never barked, and that it had thick fur, her suspicions about the animal's true origins grew when the pup refused to eat dog food after 3 months.
I would eat dog food if that's all I had to eat for 3 months.
Especially if I was a fox, right?
You are a fox, man.
Well, this lady was outfoxed by someone who sold her expensive dogs. What did you say? $190? No.
Like $190?
Yeah, like that's not even expensive
that's
enough.
A cheap dog.
That's what I was gonna say. Like that should have been the first giveaway that this might not exactly be the dog you think it is.
And then it's a fox.
What did you say? She thought it was a Japanese what?
Spitz?
Spitz. Okay, I'm gonna Google Japanese Spitz for sale. And let's see what the old Google has.
I just want to see what it looks like. Does it even look like a fox? Because I was doing some research, and you can domesticate a fox. And this Japanese Spitz, as I look at a picture here, does look a little foxish. It's a tiny white dog, and it's got the same long snout and everything like that. So I don't know if I can give this woman a pass on ignorance or not. I'm glad that she figured it out after 3 months, but I mean, you've got to know if it's a fox, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to tell when they're puppies. I would guess. I mean, I'm having a hard time trying to find prices, but I always think that that's always a bad sign too. Whenever you're shopping for something and people don't want to tell you the price, that's always worrisome that that it's going to be too much money. So I'll go back to my original statement. If the $190, it wasn't enough. You should have expected something to be wrong with the dog.
This is from RussianDog.net. As for acquiring a Japanese Spitz, they are a rare breed. It's unlikely you'll find one in the shelter. A puppy from a reputable breeder will cost between $1,000 and $2,500.
There you go. There you go. What would you do at that point? Wait a minute. We do have a follow-up. I looked it up, and so it appears a zoo employee has since confirmed for the owner, identified as Mrs. Wang by the Chinese media, that her dog is indeed a fox. After learning the truth, the owner has made the difficult decision to give her pet over to the zoo so the fox could receive the correct diet and care. Apparently, foxes can't eat dog food, man. That's what we've learned.
No, dude, foxes are super carnivorous. Those things are crazy. So a buddy of mine lives over in Trent Woods, and for about a year he had a fox family that lived in the sewer grate that goes underneath the driveway, whatever you call the drainage pipe there. They lived inside of there, and it was the mama fox, and she probably had 3 or 4 babies, cute as can be, but cannot tell you how many dead carcasses that we would see and we would find there. The fox, every single day, you just see it out roaming the neighborhood. And it's kind of scary. Carolina, I know you have a little dog.
Yeah, I know.
If a full-grown fox, while not that big, would take your little dog, little Guido is his name, it'd tear him to pieces and feed him to the young ones. Don't mess with a fox,
that would be
man.
terrible. Heck, I'm afraid that a hawk is going to swoop in and take my dog.
And the smell. I think people, if you've never run into a fox, they emit an odor.
Oh, do they stink?
Yes, they have a very unique odor about them. So,
is this what I think it is? Oh,
I don't know.
I thought you were going to play What Does the Fox Say?
Yeah, me too.
Wow, that's what I should have played. Foxy Lady. Jimi Hendrix. We need to take a break,
tell our
though.
age difference.
I know. Sorry. I go Jimi Hendrix. Who's the guy that sings What Does the Fox Say?
have no
Some
idea.
weird German synthesizer band.
A one-hit wonder.
Das. DOS Sound Machine. What's that? Pitch Perfect 2?
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Soundgarden.
Let's take a break.